It is that time of the year again, where we look back at what happened during the past year. And for me, I don't normally do this exercise of finding best of that year, mostly because I don't keep a close eye to everything that's happening around. I'm not reviewing things, I'm just a regular user. But I do have my favorites. They have not probably been released in 2025, but during this year, they brought value to my life. And that's what I'm trying to do with this list here, sharing my favorite things in 2025 in categories that I came up with. Maybe you're gonna relate to those, maybe you're gonna think I'm completely wrong, that's fine. Share in the comments if you have other categories that I should have covered, or if you think I'm wrong and you have other better ideas. Please feel free to discuss this in a civilized manner, but let's do it. Everything here has timestamps, you don't need to watch in order, just go ahead and skip to whatever is interesting to you. Let's start with the first one, favorite framework feature. And if you've been around this channel for any time, you know that I'm a fan of SvelteKit and SvelteKit's remote functions. I think they simplify the mental model, they make for more type-safe code, they reduce the amount of code that we shipped, and especially they are a joy to work with. They make our lives as developers very easy, and they help us ship things faster, which is very important in my book. Moving on to the next one. My favorite AI coding tool. And I know there's a new coding tool or coding agent or coding LLM coming up or coding model coming up every single week or every other week. But I started the year using Claude Code and Claude Opus with Sonnet. At a given point, like many people, where I noticed that Claude was not working very well, I switched to Codex and I haven't looked back since. So Codex, especially with the Codex IDE plugin within Cursor or Visual Studio Code, is my favorite way of working with Codex. I think it's reliable. I think it provides good answers. I think the tool, although the CLI version is not as good as the Claude Code CLI, it works fine, and it is bringing me the value that I need, especially when you consider that when paying for OpenAI, you also get a bunch of other features alongside with the main money that you pay for. So for me, that's value. So I've been shipping code just using Codex for the past 4 or 5 months. So that's my take on this today. Favorite UI library, and I'm gonna give that to Tailwind Plus. So Tailwind Plus is the paid version of Tailwind, where they provide you with lots of not just components, but what they call blocks and screen examples. And I think if you're trying to ship smaller applications or prototypes or production applications as well, right? Not just that, but if you don't have anyone to design for you, or you don't want to waste too much time designing, you have beautifully and very UX friendly components and sections of your page. And the sections thing is what brings the most value. So yes, it is paid. Yes, it's not cheap, but you have a lifetime use of that. You have unlimited applications and websites that you can use with that. So I'm fine with that. And I have been very, very fast in shipping stuff, just relying on their ready to use sections. Next one is my favorite productive launcher. And I'm being very specific with this because the champion in this is Raycast. But it's more than just a launcher. It is a time saver tool for sure. It's not just a launcher. Maybe this category name is overly specific, but that's what I have for now. But I think that Raycast is good to create snippets so you type less. You can do math calculations, currency conversions, unit measuring conversions. You can launch applications and you can have shortcuts to launch applications at a given point, or you can launch your favorite website. I can use it to launch ChatGPT within a chat. And I think also one of my favorite things from Raycast is the focus time. So I can just start a timer, 30 minutes timer, 45 minutes timer, doesn't matter. And I can block certain applications. And it's built in with Raycast. So it's all the same commands, all the same central place to do that same thing. There's a bunch of add-ons that you can use, and that's also something that is really great about Raycast. So that's my favorite one for that. Last one in the developer category, which is podcasts, and my favorite tech podcast, and I have to give that to Syntax FM. The two folks that host Syntax FM, they are delightful people to listen to, at least. I don't know them personally, but they are very funny. They take their subjects in a very lighthearted manner, which is great because besides learning something, you're also having a good time. So I highly recommend that. I have been listening to them for years now, and it's still my favorite podcast. All right, moving on for not necessarily developer-focused stuff. And my favorite app of the year, the app that brought me the most value, I can say, is one that I started using recently, which is Descript. Descript is a video editor, video recorder tool, and it's all based on AI. But its main gimmick is that once you have the video and you either record it through Descript or you upload it to your project in Descript, it's going to transcribe that and generate text, and you can edit the video using the text. So that makes for a very fast experience in editing video. Sure, it's not the most powerful tool in the editing world, and it's paid, but the amount of time that it saved me for the kind of videos that I'm producing here on YouTube, it's awesome. I highly, highly, highly recommend. It's totally worth the price that I'm paying for it. Next one is my favorite AI-based tool. I know that Descript has AI and its AI tools are awesome, but it's not focused only on AI features. But this one is a software that is focused on AI features, and for me it's WhisperFlow. WhisperFlow is a dictation tool, so I can vibe code with dictating it. I can write emails, write text messages. I can, I don't know, say anything to it. Again, paid feature, so I'm paying for it, but I'm way faster at dictating anything and having that transcribed into a text form instead of typing everything. So these days, my reflex is almost always to just dictate unless I need something very specific to type in. Otherwise, I'm just going to be dictating. My favorite nonfiction book. So in this one, I'm going to cheat. I have two. I have posted a video before on a book called Assistant for Writing. And I think that that book triggered me to do many different things. One of those was, of course, writing notes, creating my own notes. But other than that, when I started doing that, I started investigating how can I learn better, how can I make more intentful decisions, and how can I be a little bit more introspective about the things that I'm doing on a daily basis, which led me to looking at journaling, which also led me to a different book, which is called The Bullet Journal Method, which is, for me, is something new. I never heard of this, but apparently this has been around for ages. And I read this book in 1 week, and I've been following this methodology for about 60 days now, so not that long, but I can say that it has been a method that I've been enjoying following. It's not a chore to me. So this book has been very impactful for me. That's the point of it. It is about journaling, but not just journaling. It's about controlling your life, or managing your life, I should say, using pen and paper. And this has been very, very insightful to me. Podcast again. Now, this time a non-technical one. And this is from CBC, The Making Of. In this podcast, they take a topic and then they record a mini series on that topic and going in depth with that topic. It's a very well produced. It has a ton of good information. So the latest one was about Elon Musk. When I first found out about this podcast, it was on a topic about why big companies are making the internet worse on purpose. So I started with that one. I got hooked. I consumed a lot of it. This last one about Elon Musk is also very interesting. So give it a listen if you're interested in that kind of thing. Favorite album. And I wrote favorite album, but it should be more a favorite composer. It's Hans Zimmer. I always enjoyed listening to soundtracks. Hans Zimmer is one of the best at that. And while I'm trying to keep focused on something, I think listening to words is not helpful. And Hans Zimmer, with its iconic soundtracks, helps me concentrate and focus on whatever task at hand I have that needs to be focused on. So Hans Zimmer has been one of my highest played author, composer, musician. Favorite TV shows. And now we're gonna enter on entertainment and hobbies. And I'll be frank, with a 1 year old, he just turned 1 year old. I haven't consumed a lot of entertainment this year. I haven't watched a lot of TV shows, but my favorite this one was Severance. I think was very different. I think I was not hooked in the first episode, but after the second, possibly the third one, I was all in and I binge watched as much as I could binge watch the whole seasons 1 and 2, and it was really entertaining me. It's very different from everything else that I watched. It's beautiful, the scenery is great, the writing is amazing. So yeah, awesome thing. Final category. My main hobby is board gaming, and I love board gaming. So I'm gonna pick my favorite from this year, which is The Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era. This game is a monster of a game. It's huge, it's very expensive, but it's high quality components. It's also immersive in its story and in its decision. It's very complex in terms of rules. If you're in the hobby, you might have never heard of it. If you're not, I'm not sure that's the best game to start with because it's very complex, but it's an awesome board game. And that's it. That's all that I have. Those are my favorites from this year. Again, as I said, if you have anything to add to this list or questions, let me know in the comments. Until next time, thank you. See you.